Hi guys, I'm just checking in after my grappling match yesterday. I'll probably give people a few minutes to get on here. Say hi. What's up, guys? So I had that grappling match yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. For those of you that don't know, Bia Mosqueda is like the shit when it comes to women's grappling. She's the most credentialed female to walk the face of the planet. And stepping over into her world was a lot of fun for me and gave me an opportunity to test my mental clarity. So in my last fight, I just feel like I was not my grappling match, but my fight back in July, that I was really focused on the weight cut, dropping down to 125 for the first time. Hi. I was dropping down for the first time to 125, and I was so focused on the diet for really long. I had these really long, like my sessions were all 2+ hours, whatever. And I just wasn't present. And when you're not present in a fight, sometimes it sucks because it's like you work so hard and then you just don't really show up, So, I don't have any excuses. It's just what happened. So I'm just being transparent with you guys. So I'm like, you know what? I just need to remember what I want in that moment and be present. But let's be honest, I was not supposed to win that match. I was not supposed to win that match against Bia Mosqueda because she's 10-time ADCC world champion. She's just a beast of a woman. But I think it's the message here for me is that it was never about winning or losing. It's about celebrating the failures, because a failure to me is if you don't try, you don't know. If you don't fail, you don't succeed. If you don't take risks, then you don't get rewards. So that's what it was about for me. It was about getting out there and humbling myself and going against the best, even though, I knew a lot of people were not going to recognize that. They're just like, oh, Miesha lost. She lost again, whatever. But she's a fucking animal, you guys. I don't know. Go watch some highlights of her. She's nasty. So I'm just happy that, in this submission time limit, the 10 minutes, I didn't get submitted. It was not an easy match for her. As far as she usually just dominates. She goes out there and does what she wants. And then I felt like, hey, I warded her off on the armbar. That is such a weird position. Can we just be honest? That's such a weird position to start in. In MMA, we'd never start with no motion and a fully locked in armbar. So I had a month to prepare for that. And it's a totally different rule set. So I couldn't hit her in the face, but I did stick my toes in her face and cover her mouth a little bit. I tried to make it a little bit dirty, but you know what? You don't try, you don't know. So anyways, that's what happened. And I feel like I tried to give her a good run for her money when I got the chance to get an armbar locked in on her. And I felt like it was a real threat, but I didn't get it. So, hey, whatever, we tried. Bia is amazing. Yes, she is an animal, and it was so cool to be in there with her. What's going on, you guys? So I'm looking at some questions now, or to chat with you guys and say, what's up? Well, thank you. Somebody says I'm the best. Well, I tried to be the best. I'm not the best, but I'm the best me. There's only one of me. So does that sound really cheesy and cliche? Probably, but it's how I feel. Maybe it's just the holiday spirit. I'm just a little more cheery. Yesterday too, man, it was an emotional day for me because that was the day that I lost Robert Follis, my coach and mentor, who took me to that world title to beat Holly Holm. And that was the day that he was pronounced dead and found for suicide. Then seeing everything happen with Twitch. Did you guys hear about that? It's like, damn. It's just a heavy day, But yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you lose people you care about. And I didn't know Twitch personally, but I cried when I saw that because, again, just losing somebody close to me and just knowing he has little kids. And dude, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes it's the people that you would think least expect. But, check on you guys. Check on your friends and just let them know you're there for them. And let's see. You guys got any questions? Any fights soon? No, I don't have anything on the docket, but I do plan to fight sometime in 2023. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Washington roots, yes, always. I'm a Washington girl for sure. Yeah, Matthew, depression affects all of us. I feel like this is so true. I mean, I have my bouts of like being sad and my moments of being down too. You know, I don't feel like it's like a chronic depression. Like it's unfortunate where, you know, it's mostly situational where it's like, you know, something makes me sad or a trigger, you know, it could be just a trigger and I'm sad in that moment. But I feel so, my heart goes out to people who really suffer with this, where I feel like sometimes when people feel like, well, I've got it all, like, and why is this still haunting me? Why do I have this shadow looming behind me? How can I be this successful or have a family or have a husband or have a wife and have kids and all this stuff and still not be happy at the end of the day? Probably compounds guilt on top of the way that they're feeling. And it's going to be a really hard place to be. So I really empathize, you know, with Twitch, with Follis, with anybody who is or has been in that situation. But I just encourage anybody out there, like if you are struggling or if you feel that chronic sadness, you know, and it's not that you're never laughing or that you're never happy. It's kind of that you're always haunted by that it's always kind of the looming fallback that when everything slows down, it's like it's always that monster in the closet that's just there. Man, just like get you got to make a change. And I know that that's not easy, but you got to talk to somebody. You got to get a counselor. You've got to, you know, make a change. You've got to make an effort to make a change and to get a reset, you know, to get yourself out of that dark place. And it's easier said than done, you know, but I just encourage everybody to take that step and do it. You know, don't be afraid to talk to anybody. Yeah, Adam, like, drop the stigma. It's so true. Check on your friends and don't be afraid to talk about it. And I feel like this is a conditioning a lot of times, especially for males, that you guys are kind of taught to not really talk about your feelings since you're kids, right? I mean, how many times have I heard it? Like, even with my brother, you know, like, girl, you know, boys don't cry, stop it, you know, toughen up, whatever. So you're conditioned for so long to not talk about their feelings, and that's a sign of weakness. And it's not, you guys, it's a sign of strength, because it takes a hell of a lot more strength to be vulnerable than it does to not talk about it. Like, it's a lot easier to just bury it and pretend like it's not a thing than it is to open up and be vulnerable. So I don't see crying as weakness. I see it as strength. And I hope everybody else can, you know, kind of support that as we continue to move. I feel like this is something that's becoming more of a topic, and I'm just glad, because I really feel like everybody should be able to talk about how they feel. Nobody should feel like they have to be alone and they have to hold it all inside. And I encourage any of you who have kids, like, be careful how you tell your children how to process their emotions, because they're learning to process it, just like they play to learn their motor skills. They also are practicing how to deal with emotions. So, you know, be careful with stop it, don't feel like that, don't cry. These are things that I've tried to stay away from my own kids, you know. I try to stay away from those terms with my kids, because I want them to feel and I want them to practice, even if it's inconvenient for me. Like, if they're upset about something, then like they're upset about it. Like, okay, you know, I don't get to choose, you know, when they're upset. It doesn't mean that they don't have to listen to me, but it means that I can acknowledge that they feel sad about that. It's like, okay, you're sad, you have to go to school. That's okay. We're still going to school, but what can I do to maybe ease that transition for you? Okay, you're frustrated. Okay, it's okay to be frustrated. We're still going to go to school, but maybe we can, you know, I don't know, grab a bag of popcorn or like whatever, something so stupid sometimes. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, so it's usually not that difficult to make them happy. But man, so I think it's a lot better than telling them to stop feeling, you know, to suppress. So be careful with that subliminal messaging. Let's see. What are you guys seeing there? going to read some comments. So if you guys got questions, throw them in. So when am I coming back? Sometime in 2023. Oh, I think my mom and some friends are coming back. I might have to hop off here in a second, you guys. I hear laughing, and it's getting dark too. I don't think you guys can see me very well.
The look on my face, right?
Always my favorite. TR Brown, always my favorite. Love watching you fight. But you saw you totally different on Big Brother. Yes, totally different on Big Brother. It was, well, a totally different objective. That was a wild experience. And actually, Todrick, my buddy on there, was friends with Twitch. Man, again, tying that back in, you guys. The holidays, it's a hard time for some of us. So, will you come to UFC London next year, Miesha? I would love to. London's pretty cool. I prefer to go in the nice weather, but that's only 2 weeks, right? You guys don't get a lot of nice weather. Okay, a couple more questions. Gonna stay at 125. Hell no. This girl likes to eat, you guys. No, I'm never doing that again. Never, ever, never gonna do that again. I will be at one. There you go. Maybe this is better. Okay, 2 more questions. Let's see. Juan, exactly. I found myself after my service letting my sons know it's okay to feel. 1000%. I'm so with you on that. Keep passing that message to your kids. Validate their feelings, even if it seems like they're being defiant. They're not. They're just, at least when they're younger. I think there's ages when they start to understand things differently. But when they're little, encourage them to feel like it's okay to be sad and it's okay to be mad. It's normal human emotion. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, to help them process through it. Where did I get the nickname Cupcake from? So my mom used to bake. Well, she still bakes a lot, but she did it professionally. And when I started the wrestling team, she would bake things for us and whatever. So the cupcake of the team is the last thing you want to be. Look, there's this weird shadow on my face. It's the last thing you want to be on a combat sports team. You don't want to be the cupcake or the cookie, but that was my nickname. And I just felt you know what? I'm just going to embrace it. So many people underestimated me and thought whatever. It's in my fight career too. So in the beginning, it kind of pissed me off to be considered the cupcake of the sport and not be taken seriously. But then I was you know what? I'm just going to embrace it. I'm going to roll with it. All right, you guys. How many more years do you think you'll still be fighting? Probably 1 year, 1 or 2. Not much longer, you guys. I feel like I've done it all, and I'm having fun. I really just want to see if I can get my mindset on point, and that was part of the reason why I took this grappling match, was to see if I could harness my focus and just keep my focus and my presence in there. And it felt like I was much better at doing that against the best, most high level competitor that to walk the earth right now in grappling, which is not the sport that I do mostly. So under a weird rule set, but you know what? It's okay. Like I said, I'm at a place in my life where I literally do not fear failure. I embrace it because it's just an opportunity to learn, and what kill you doesn't make you stronger, right? What's the difference between emotions and feelings in your point? I feel like those terms are used interchangeable. This is a really good question, but I feel like those are really used interchangeable. I guess if I was going to try to dissect and make a difference, I would think that, emotions are a little bit of a deeper, stronger presence, and maybe feelings would be kind of more situational, but I really feel like those are interchangeable. How somebody feels about something, and then how emotional their response is. I think emotions evokes a stronger term for me for feelings, a little deeper, but yeah, that would be it. But I say encourage the feeling, especially for your kids. Something that I do with my kids now, when I used to get really frustrated with my kids, I'm I gotta walk away for a second because I'm just feeling really, really frustrated, they're not listening to me. I feel like it would it would like, they would get more frustrated, and they would cry harder because I'm like walking away, and it's like the last thing that they want. And they're already upset. So when they get scared, like, and time out, like if you put your 2-year-old in a room and you leave them, they don't know if you're ever coming back. You know, it's like, it's kind of traumatic, like if you really think about it in that way. So now I just try to identify what the emotion they're feeling, tell them it's normal, tell them I feel that way too. Now let's work through it to still accomplish what I need you to do. But just let you know that I love you regardless, and it's okay to feel, because I feel that way sometimes too. It's normal. It's part of being a human, whether you're 1 year old, 2 years old, or 99. You're going to have feelings. So we might as well learn to work through them, and then have conversations with my kids about like how to work through that. So anyways, you guys, I don't know how this turned into my kids. I guess it was the talk about suicide. And I think it starts with our parents, and our parenting, and our children, and our future. So what is this badge stuff to buy, Kane? I don't know. But I think you can buy badges, and then I think it pays me money, which is cool. But you don't have to do that. It's not why I get on here. I don't do that often enough and get on here for you guys. So if you want to, cool. If you don't want to, I don't need your money anyways. Just kidding. I love you guys. I hope you are going to have a fucking awesome Christmas. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna hop off, but it was fun, and I'll see you guys. I'll try to do this more often. Give me a thumbs up. Should I do this a little more? Perfect. Jim Quick on here. Man, he's the brain guy. You guys should give him a follow if you want to learn how to use your brain better. Wouldn't that be nice? We should all learn to use our brains better, remember things better. He's so good at remembering names. I've always tried to take his pointers. The thumbs up. I love it. This is funny because it's like on a delay on my end. The comments come through, I think, a lot more slowly than how fast you guys put them in. Oh, you guys, I love you guys. You're awesome. Oh, I'm seeing some friends on here. Sweet Mother Danger. I see you, girl. Seriously though, you guys, give Jim Quick a follow. He's got some quick brain tips. No pun intended. Okay, that's it. I'm signing off. I keep saying I'm going to, but I gotta go. I gotta pick up my kiddos and make dinner. We got friends coming over, so I'm gonna do that. Bye, y'all. Merry Christmas.